Well, Sheikh Jassim Al Thani of the Qataris confident of his bid that is going to submit today. And remember, the deadline is set 28th of April, midnight UK time. It's going to be 10 p.m. Here in Africa, in most countries, it's going to be midnight. So let's wait and see how that happens. But we've been told something concerning Sheikh Jassim Al Thani on his latest bid that he's trying to launch, and obviously put it there to dislodge the Glazers out of the club of Manchester United. Welcome to this channel. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're only watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Garnacho has been denied by Eric Ten Hag to go and play in the World Cup of Under-20 that is going to be played down in Argentina, and looks like the two have not really been at par as far as that decision is concerned. Garnacho wanted to go and play for Argentina Under-20, but obviously Ten Hag told him, you are going nowhere, and I'm going to give you my narrative as to why Ten Hag just said no to the request of Garnacho. Then, lastly, we are going to talk about the increment into the players' salaries as far as them qualifying for the Champions League is going to be concerned. Remember, we are like 3 wins away from qualifying for the Champions League. We get those 3 wins, that will be done and dusted, and these players will be enjoying an increment into their salary. So guys, let's get into this story being brought to us by the Telegraph at first, and we've been told by the Telegraph that insiders maintain that Sheikh Jassim Al Thani remains the most likely bid. Sheikh Jassim remains the most likely bid to be successful should full sale take place if the Glazers finally give the green light to Sheikh Jassim Al Thani's offer for 100% control. Multiple Whitehall sources insist the whole remaining hurdle will be the Premier League strengthened directors and owners test. Now that means, as it stands, we are here and we are trying to find ourselves in a position of really understanding what the Glazers really want, with Sir Jim Ratcliffe coming in with an offer that is going to keep the Glazers at Manchester United. It's really so much hard to know what decision is going to be taken, and a little bit worried about the takeover, because what the Glazers wanted was an investment, and Sir Jim Ratcliffe is coming in with a model that can keep them at the club of Manchester United and then get the investment onto the road by building a new stadium and putting in what we call new facilities, or improving the facilities at Carrington. And that was really the biggest hinge that was really stopping the Glazers to go all out and really find themselves in a position of really selling this club of Manchester United. So if at all they have gotten support from a person like Sir Jim Ratcliffe, then they wouldn't like to leave, because from the exact point where this all started, they never wanted to sell. They are looking for an investment. They went to Qatar, and Qatar told them, we want to take Manchester United 100%. So to me, it's really worrying, that the Glazers at the point X, they found someone who can come in through and obviously offer them a solution that they want to stay at Manchester United, because Sir Jim Ratcliffe is willing to buy 50% shares of the Glazer siblings, the 4. Then these 2 will remain in charge of the club of Manchester United. So it shows you how ugly it is, and I don't know what decision the Glazers are really going to go ahead and really make, because they've always found themselves in a situation of getting back to the levels that they want to be at Manchester United. Having run this club for very many years, and they've run us on date, they are willing to get another person to buy us on date again, because Sir Jim Ratcliffe doesn't have liquid cash to buy us. He doesn't have it. And he just wants to really go out to a bank in America, get bonds, loans, and buy us on loan again. That is another move that is really unacceptable by we the fans of Manchester United, and we believe we deserve better. According to us, we believe we deserve better, and I see no way this should be given green light to happen at Manchester United. So as it stands, it's really very bad to see to it that we are into the mix of really finding ourselves in a position of getting the Glazers staying at Old Trafford. Very, very bad. But the Premier League will have to sanction the takeover of Manchester United, and you know the reason as to why. They've gone ahead to put in another clause in the takeover of these clubs that human rights should be observed. If at all the Premier League happens to find itself in an investigation that claims or that really confirms that the new person who wants to take over the club in the Premier League has bad history as far as human rights violations are really concerned, then he won't be given green light to take over the club. So I think we are waiting to see what is going to happen. But before the Premier League intervenes, all this has to first be sorted between the Glazers, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, and Sheikh Jassim Al Thani. But Sheikh Jassim Al Thani and his camp from Qatar are 100% determined and confident, and we've been told by Rob Dawson, he's a United correspondent for the ESPN. He has told us that Sheikh Jassim bin Ahmed Al Thani will submit another bid to buy Manchester United today and remains confident it will be successful. Despite concerns, current owners, the Glazer family, are determined to stay. So for him, he's really so much okay with making the bid, and he's not turned away that maybe the Glazers will go ahead and really turn heel onto him. He 100% believes he has the money that will tempt the Glazers to really call in for what we call a full sell for the club of Manchester United. Remember, for him, he's nowhere near accepting what we call a partial stake into the club of Manchester United. He just wants to find himself owning United 100%. So as it stands, he's confident amidst the Glazers being hesitant and adamant of really selling this club. But we all know that however much Sir Jim Ratcliffe is coming in through, I don't think he has the money to invest. You know, and the Glazers' threat will be simple, that we get another person at the club of Manchester United, and then he's not willing to put in the money. And when you look at Sheikh Jassim Al Thani, he's having all the money that we need to take United better. When you look at a team like Man City, if we are to match it, we need to get ourselves in a position of really having in players that can have the same impact off the bench like the ones they are coming to replace on. So to me, it's always nice to have such discussions, and I feel that there is divided opinion in the fans of United because the Glazers are trying to stay, but Al Thani wants to buy the club 100%. Then Sir Jim Ratcliffe is playing a very huge role in the state of the Glazers. Now, divided opinions are really increasing and surging amongst the fans of United, and even if you are to watch this video later and read the comments, you're going to find yourself in a situation that every fan has his own opinion. One will side with Sir Jim Ratcliffe, the other will side with Sheikh Jassim Al Thani and the Qataris, you know. So there are even those that side with the Glazers. There is a minority that really side with the Glazers because they believe that the Glazers are going to have to invest money, but they've been at the helm of making decision makers. They've been at the helm of making decisions on who is going to be responsible for really using this money. That is it. That's why you want them out, because they are not good at making good footballing decisions, and this is where we've been left in a dilemma. That's it. We are between the hard place and the rock. That's it. So that is Sheikh Jassim Al Thani, and is confident of his bid to dislodge the Glazers out of the club of Manchester United. So let's wait and see. At midnight, we are going to be here telling you exactly what would have resulted in from that bid of Sheikh Jassim Al Thani. But more probably, we were told by Mike Keegan, the journalist so close to this deal that he can almost touch it, that next week everything is going to be done and dusted. United will be presenting the new owner or the new majority shareholder of Manchester United Football Club next week. So let's wait and see how that is going to come on and really happen and be given life. So Alejandro Garnacho. Yesterday I brought you a story that he made a request that he wants to go ahead and really play for Argentina in the Under-20 World Cup. But today, a source coming in from Argentina known as Gaston Edul has told us that final decision is made. Manchester United will not let Alejandro Garnacho play the Under-20 World Cup. In either way, Garnacho will be called up with their senior national team for the friendly games in June. That is what we've been told by the side of Argentina. And as it stands, it is something that Alejandro Garnacho might not want or might not love, but I think Ten Hag is doing it in a good spirit. He's doing it in a good spirit because the player is just returning from injury and he doesn't believe that Argentina has a talent that they'll trust or hinge their title-winning hopes of the Under-20 other than Alejandro Garnacho, meaning that they are going to overwork him and he might find himself back to injury. And with Erik ten Hag, he believes that this player is really not yet ready to go ahead and really play competitive games like that, and he needs proper management, and he doesn't know whether the Argentine national team will go ahead and really manage on well, because a tournament is a tournament. Pressure will change the dynamics of the game. Even if you're to tell Mascherano that Garnacho is supposed to play like 40 minutes, 45, then 60, then maybe 80. If a game is calling for Garnacho to play 90 minutes when Argentina is really like a goal down, he won't take him off. He'll keep him on. So I think those are the worries that are really running down the memory lane of Ten Hag, and he knows that he's the best person to handle this boy well because he knows what his injury is all about. And the medical team that has been dealing with his injury has been at Manchester United. So I think the decision is right. To me, the decision is right. If Garnacho had not been nursing an injury and he has been playing very well, then green light would have been given to him to see to it that he goes all out and play. But he's from injury and he needs to be managed better. And I think there are a little bit of selfish reasons from Erik ten Hag because he knows that he's one of those impact-making players he has off the bench. Like yesterday in the game of Tottenham Hotspur, you bring on Garnacho onto that field of play, you expect lots of magic to come off that left attacking side of the midfield. That means they're going to have to switch Rashford to play onto the right attacking side of the midfield. So Ten Hag believes that we are having crucial games and he knows he needs this player, especially the finale that we're going to play against Man City. Garnacho has to be an impact-making player off the bench because Ten Hag believes that there is a lot of magic in him. Having tormented City in the game that we beat them at Old Trafford by 2-1, Ten Hag 100% believes that they can find themselves in a position of really beating City at Wembley if at all Alejandro Garnacho is put into the mix of this team or to the helm of this team of Manchester United. So I think I support Erik ten Hag because this is not the end of the world. Garnacho is going to be included into the Argentinian squad that is going to be playing friendlies in June. So I think it's better not to play the Under-20 World Cup. Then he goes ahead and plays with Messi, with the likes of Lisandro Martinez and very many others in the team of Argentina. So I find it interesting for the player known as Garnacho, and sometimes on the other side touching because he knows he loves to play for Argentina, but I think it's not the right time to really do the needful for himself because it's not all rosy for him, and I think we just need to find ourselves in a position of really understanding what Ten Hag is all about. He wants to really model this player into one of the hardest and talented players to defend in the world, and his career might be tormented by just one tournament because of him being not managed very well. Ten Hag has handled these young players a lot and he knows exactly what they're all about. Then lastly, let's talk about a story being reported by the Mail Sport concerning United players and Champions League football. We've been told that Man United players will net pay raises of up to 20% if they seal a return to the Champions League. A number of clubs' recent signings will see their wages increase if United finish in the top 4, and those whose wages were cut last summer are set for an increase too. That is what is happening at Manchester United. So as it stands, it's all rosy for the club of Manchester United, and it's all in the hands of the players to play very well to find themselves in positions of really qualifying for the Champions League. Because when they do, they are going to get an increment, and I think they really want to get their players 100%. They want to get their salaries 100%. Remember, United is a team that if at all we don't qualify for the Champions League, every player takes a 25% pay cut. That's it. When we are in the Champions League, every player will find himself in a position of really getting close to a 25% increment. So these players will put their bodies on the line. Just 3-4 games. We win those 3-4 games, we are into the Champions League. And the beauty of all that is simple, that we are having 4 games at Old Trafford before the end of the season. We are only playing Brighton, West Ham, and Bournemouth away from home. Chelsea, Aston Villa, Fulham, and we are having Aston Villa, Chelsea, Fulham, and there is that, and Wolverhampton Wanderers. We are playing those 4 teams at Old Trafford, and you know how much it has been turned into a fortress by Erik ten Hag. So guys, thank you very much for checking through. Tell me your thoughts about Sheikh Jassim. Confident about his last bid today, you know, to dislodge the Glazers, and Garnacho being denied to go ahead to play for the Under-20 World Cup, denied chance to play for Argentina in the Under-20 World Cup. And lastly, what do you think about the players of United going to the Champions League? I sign out for now. See you later, and I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. Bye bye.